Okay, so when you have a picture in your website and you want to wrap text around it, a lot of people try to use the media text block. That does not allow you to wrap the wording around it. That literally is two distinct blocks that they've put together. So your picture can only be size adjusted and you can't link your picture. Your text can be, you can have, you can change the size of your text in the text block, but you can't wrap the picture around it. You can move it to the side, to the left, or to the middle. Now, if you are using a classic block, that's different. You actually have the option to place the picture where you want it to go. But then you actually have to either manipulate the picture size to get the wording to wrap the way you want it to wrap. And then if you want to do a spacing within that block, I think you hit Control or Shift and Enter, and that keeps you in that block and allows you to add space without actually opening a new block. Now, if you are in Classic, and this is what some people use, or they're finding out the hard way, is that they use Classic and then they finish a paragraph and then they want to start a new paragraph, so they open up another Classic block to do a header and color, and then they open up another Classic block to do their content. When you update, the computer actually sees that all as one Classic block. So then instead of you having 4 Classic blocks broken down, when you go to update and come back to your picture, you will have one big Classic block with all of your content in it. So if you want to use multiple Classic blocks, my suggestion is, so that they don't merge into one big block, is to have a regular block in there somewhere, either an HTML code, either have a Classic block, a regular block with content in it, or a header in it, so that you break up that Classic block and your computer doesn't merge them all together thinking it's just one big block.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll be doing some of that today when I go in to edit this page I have that we're gonna be working on. I actually have some content in there that I'm gonna be using Classic block to incorporate some pictures in it, so that you'll be able to see how that works. Okay, anybody else? Are we good to go? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is, as always, like I said, whenever you're working in your website, you want to make sure you have 2 tabs pulled up of your website, one that you're going to work in, and one that you're going to be using to get your internal links from. And we're going to be also discussing the difference between an outside link and an internal link. I actually was with a student this week and she was having a hard time distinguishing between the two. So we're going to clarify some of that today. You also want to have your tabs pulled up of the different sites you're going to be working from. I already know I'm going to be in these 2 because I already have my rough draft done. It's one I had in draft, been in there for a while. I want to update it because I've been getting a lot of clicks from another page I have that's similar to it. So I'm going to give them an alternative. And then since I do have Jaxie, I'm going to probably change my keyword or look for a better keyword in there. For those of you that are having trouble with keywords, you can always get with me. I'm sure Paul would be more than happy to help with Jaxie if you just, shoot me a short text and say, hey, I want to write content, or I have an idea on this. Can you give me some keywords? And I'll be more than happy to pull some up and send them to you. So what I'm going to do first is pull up my pages. And once I get there, I'm going to pull up just my draft section. So when you get to your page content, you actually see where it says all pages, your published pages, and your drafts. We don't ever do a cornerstone. That's just basically one page that you want to represent your whole page, whole website. We don't do that. So I'm actually going to pull up my drafts. And I have quite a few that I've put in draft or I've started. They're just ideas that I've jotted down and haven't done, or they're like this one, they're just companies that have gone out of business that I just haven't put anything with yet, or that I need to go in and change. So, so this is the one I'm going to work on today. So I was in it the other day. So I'm just going to click on edit. Oh, before I do that, I want to address something real quick. I know when we do a post, we've always told you that when you do a post, whether you want to change the front page of your website or not. A lot of people, when they go in and say, oh, I want to add a post, and then all of a sudden their post changed when they visit their site, they don't see their welcome page anymore. All of a sudden they see their new post. Just remember that when you do a post on your front page or your home page, they appear in reverse chronological order, which means the last post that you create will be the first one that shows up on your page. So it's going to bump down whatever you have here. So the way to do that, to keep your welcome page your first page, no matter what you create. So I want to make sure this always stays here. No matter if I change my post to a new holiday post or whatever, I want to make sure that this stays here for thanking them to come into my website. So the way to do that is really simple. You're going to go up here to your post, and you're going to go to your all post. And when you get here, you're going to pick the one that you want, which mine's right here is thank you. And you're going to do a quick edit, not a big edit. You're going to do a quick edit. And when you do a quick edit, you will see a funky little toolbar that looks like this. Over on the far right hand side, you're going to see where it says status, and it's going to say published. Now, if you click where it says make this post sticky, if you click that, that will make that post the first post no matter how many you add. It will always be first. So, and this is for your home page only. So that's one of the things if you want your welcome page to always be first, then you want to make sure you come here and do that, so that whenever you change or add a new post to your home page, it will just go below your first post, but it will not replace your welcome page. So that's just a little tidbit that will help you not have to go in and keep changing your dates every time that post moves. So now we're going to go back to pages.
Sheila.
Yes.
I can't find my, I only have one in my list. You had that whole list of things. I don't see mine.
All right. Do you have it under post?
I clicked on posts, and then I did all posts.
And you only have one here, then that means you only have one post on your home page.
So it shows welcome to Kat's online shopping mall. That's the only one that I have on there.
Yep, that's the only one you have on your home page then. And to get Google AdSense, you need at least 2.
Okay, I don't know if we want to do that on this one or when you and I get together. But.
Yeah, we'll go. Remind me to do that tomorrow when we get together. And I'll,
okay.
Yeah, because you'll have to do, and that's the other thing when you do your Google, when you apply for Google AdSense, when you come to your home, Google wants to see at least 2 articles on here. I have like 4. My first one is really lengthy. I could probably get away with just this one. But
and that's your home page?
This is your home page.
Okay.
So when you come to your home page, Google wants to see at least 2 articles here.
Okay.
Okay. If you only have one, that means you need to add a post, and a post can be anything. It's just like another page, except it stays on your home page. You cannot index it in a category. It stays on your home page only.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. All right. So we're going to come back here, and I'm going to go to my drafts, and I'm going to pull up this. And I'm going to see, it looks like I don't have an SEO, which means I have not actually given this a key phrase, and I haven't. So that's good. I actually have some links that I put in here. So I know this was a draft that I was going to use. This is one that I started, probably one of my first ones. So time to redecorate. So I'm going to go to Jaxie. And I'm going to type in some key phrase words, and I'm just going to type redecorate. And see what we can find. All right. Okay. Redecorating budget. How about redecorating on a budget? Home decorating. See, that's normal. You got 158 websites competing for this, but if you get indexed, you got 500 people coming to your site. That might be okay. So I want to type in redecorating on a budget. Please mute yourself if you have background noise, if at all possible. And let's see what that one is. All right, this one, redecorating on a budget. Small apartment decorating idea. Decorating ideas. All right, so let's look at this. All right. So this is interior decorating ideas on a budget. That one's a pretty good one. That one's a good one. Decorating on a budget. Let's see what this one is. That one's a good one, but there's 100 people competing for that. There's only 24 for this one. So I might just change my key phrase to home decorating ideas. I think that would incorporate a few different things. So let's go and see how that. All right, so we're going to change this. And I'm going to just put, what did I say I was going to use? I'm just going to use home decorating ideas. Let's see what that one says. Take out the word budget. Okay, so now because I took out budget, it actually went down. And I don't want that. That one's a good one. Unique homes. Please mute yourself. Thank you.
Oh, Lord, how do I do that?
Sheila, what about budget decorating ideas?
Hold on a minute, let me. Thank you. Well, I was going to use budget, but I think because some of the companies that I have are not quite budget material, but they are good ideas. So here's simple home decorating ideas. That's a good one. And this will kind of be hard to use in a sentence. So I'm going to use this one, simple home decorating ideas. So let's do that one. All right, so now I think that's going to be a little long, and I'll probably change all of this in here too. So let's go here and put in my SEO. My key phrase is simple home decorating ideas. All righty. So edit my snippet. All right, so my SEO title is green. And this is the other thing, is your SEO title is going to be the same thing as your title. So you want to look here. This is actually how it's going to appear in your website or in your Google lookup. So when people looks up your website or pulls it up on Google, this is how it's going to look. Simple home decorating ideas, update that look. Now I'm going to change my slug because I don't want it to be that long, but that's not going to change my key phrase, and it's not going to change my edit snippet. So, but I am going to change my slug because I didn't want this update that look on there. So I just took that out. As you can see, it didn't change anything. It still has it in here, and this will actually turn into my link. So that's one of the things about it being in draft, that I can go in and change it without changing too much. All right, so all right, so you want to type this. As you can see, punctuation does not matter towards the end, and you want to type your meta description until it is green. Once you type and it goes from orange to green and it starts to go back to orange, you want to stop and fix it to where it's green. Google likes this to be to where everything that shows up will show up in the small description that it has up under here. When you go to Google and search for stuff and you see that it says, click here to see more, that will open it up and see the rest of your text. Most people don't click to see more. So that's why it's very important, if you can, to make your description fit into this box so that they don't have to put in that see more here in parentheses. Because most people, if they have to click it to just read what else you have to say, they won't click it. So you want to make sure that it stays within the confines of this. That's why these lines are so important and the color codes are so important. So make sure that you stay green and green. And that also helps with your analysis of your SEO and your readability. Okay, so I have that done. So I'm going to close my snippet editor. So I have my snippets done and I have my key phrase. So now what I'm going to do is going to come in here, and I'll probably be quiet for a little while and start typing.
No humming?
I might. So you might hear me hum. If you hear me hum, that means I'm in thinking mode. And I usually put my snippet also in my paragraph, my first paragraph, but I try to reword it so my title and key phrase shows up in the first sentence. And you can see I'm talking from experience because I'm sitting here looking at my furniture. So, all right. All right. And so I'm gonna keep typing. All right, so then I'm going to start a block right here. And I want to do a heading. And I'll probably get rid of all this because, like I said, this was when I first started and it is not what I wanted. So I'm going to just get rid of this because I'll be changing everything anyway. All right, so here's where I need to make sure and you want to make sure that you use your key phrase even in your paragraph, not just your title. And if you have a question, please ask me, even though I'm typing. I'll make sure I get it done, answered for you.
Sheila, have you used the plagiarism thing yet?
No. And the thing about the plagiarism is it was good when we were going through and just modifying at least 50% of your content. That was a good thing to pick out. But if you are modifying from beginning to the end completely in your words, then you shouldn't have a plagiarism. That plagiarism will even pick up stuff in your own website, that if you're reusing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that because it was
Yeah.
like telling me that I'm copying off of my
Your own
site.
ones, yeah. And it does, and that's the thing about the plagiarism, it does pick up every place that it's using, even in your own website. So the only thing that you need to worry about with the plagiarism is if you have a lot of content from somewhere else, is what Google will look at. If it's your own stuff, and it's your own words, then you don't have to worry about it. You just need to go page by page. That's the one thing about plagiarism. You go page by page, it picks up each one, your website. And if you have a lot of content that is from somebody else's, Google will not promote you. They will not, you will not get approved for them. But if you go through and modify paragraph by paragraph into your own words, you shouldn't have that issue. I mean, they'll allow, you know, a few phrases here or there, but if you got like whole contents and whole paragraphs that are still the same, you won't get approved for Google.
Yeah, because if you want to, like, let's say you're talking about how different cultures think about old age, I
Mhm.
did want to maybe take a sentence of how that culture said it, and then my own interpretation of and compared to the American, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And like I said, they will, and make sure whenever you do pull a sentence out of content, just use your old standard English rules. You know, you want to quote it and then made a notation. And then at the end of your paragraph or the end of your content, note where you got that quote. So if you do put it in quotes, but if you can rearrange it, the wording and make it your own, but have the same meaning, then that's the better way to do it. But if it's a direct quote that expresses exactly how you want to say it, then you do have to give credit to where that quote came from. And
You said
like I
at
said, yeah,
the end of the paragraph or all the way at the end?
all
of
the way at
story?
the end, just like you would you just put like your uppercase 1 at the end of the quote, so that they know at the bottom of your page, you know, where you got that quote from.
Okay.
But and make sure that it's quoted. You can have some, you know, it's not where you have to have everything there. If you, like I said, if you do have a quote or a paragraph that expresses exactly what you want to say, and there's no better way to make it sound than what it does, and you want to notate, especially if it's something from a well-known publisher, author, you know, doctor, and you want to put their words out there, then that's the best way to do it, is to put a quote and actually put a reference to where that quote came from. That's
Yeah,
totally okay. You just don't
sometimes
want your whole article with
Yeah.
stuff like that in it.
I mean, sometimes you just want to say, okay, this is what so-and-so said,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with it, but this is how it's different for me, blah, blah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's totally fine. The thing about with the plagiarism is, you know, you can't, like I said, you can have a paragraph or a couple of sentences here and there. That's totally fine. You just don't want to have 50 to 60% of one page total quotes from where they can say, well, this came from this website or this came from this website. That is not good. Google will not approve you. You will never get approved like that. That's why we say, if you can, go through and modify each paragraph in your words as best you can. If you need to pull up a thesaurus, pull up a thesaurus. If you see how I'm writing, I always write about what I know. And even when I go back and redo the ones that we have with our templates, I still put it in words that I know. Y'all know that I don't drink wine, so I couldn't write about how the wine tastes. So whenever it came to that, I would change it to say, well, I have heard that this wine tastes like this, but based on your palate, you might not get that experience, you know. So I can't tell how a wine tastes, but I can go in there and tell you how it's made, the processes and things like that. That might not interest everybody, but then the taste of the wine might not interest everybody. Same thing with, you know, different aspects of whatever page you're on, like with the Soap Creek, you know, it's an all natural based product. You know, they don't use any artificial chemicals. They use whatever nature had intended based on the compounds that they have. So that's a good article to write about. I have a lot of vegan friends. I'm actually meeting with one today. We're having lunch. And she wants to know about, it's going to be a business lunch because she's been seeing me post stuff. She's actually getting ready to move to California. And she's like, I need to know what you're doing, you know, before I leave, because I think I want to get started with that. So it's actually going to be a business lunch, and she's been watching me for a year. And she's a vegan, and she's been following me I'm on a vegan web page, not how you call it, on Facebook. And I post stuff about my Soap Creek. I post stuff about the Valentas, you know, and I've asked questions about vegan, you know, hey, I'm not a vegan vegetarian, you know, I'm a meat eater, but your culture, you know, I have a lot of friends that are in your culture. Can you tell me? And I've had people tell me, you know, well, this is why we do it. This is, you know, for health reasons, you know, and just conversations back and forth. And I'll post every once, well, I got this here, you know, y'all tell me what you think of it, or I found this company here that does this, because they always asking, you know, on these groups, does anybody know a good place to where I can find this or find this? And whenever I see that question, then I'm searching on my affiliates, what do I have? Do I have a page written for that? You know, so that's a good way to advertise, and they ask me questions all the time. So that's one of the things that when I write based on what other people tell me, what I know personally. Just like with this one, when I started it, I used stuff, direct quotes from the companies. I actually put company names in it. So when I put it up in draft the other day, I was like, oh, my other decorating page that I've got out there has been getting lots of hits in the last few weeks. And I was like, well, I need to put some basically competition for my own page out there, since I have more companies that I've been approved for. So I'm writing about my own home, my own things that I'm doing to get ready to redecorate my own house. So this is how I'm going to be creating our page. And yes, it's going to go fast, because like I said, when I type, I get in the zone. But I already know what I'm going to be saying, because like I said, this is based on my own experience. So when you do use that plagiarism, don't get bent out of shape if you see your own website in there. What you need to worry about is when it highlights your passages. If you look and you see more highlights than you see white, you got an issue. So you need to go back and just rewrite your pages in your own words. But if you do have those one or two sections where it's a direct quote, just make sure you notate it. That way you don't get in trouble with anybody, and they're perfectly okay with that. Okay. That ain't right. Don't worry about my spelling. Okay. So since that was all in classic block, and I have a regular block, a classic block, so now I'm going to come here and I actually want to do a regular paragraph block. And here I want to do, actually I want to do a heading. Okay. And since I haven't done the updates yet, I don't get to color my heading, which is fine. So I want to do a heading 3. And I'm going to put and this is the other thing, is when you're creating a page, you want to have your key phrase in, depending on how many words your page consists of, you need your key phrase in at least one heading. If it's 3 to 500 words, you need your key phrase in at least one heading. If it's more than that, then you need it in at least 2. So right now, I'm already in green and green. So if I wanted to stop here, I could, but I'm not. So because I have other things I want to say, but we're going to click on here. It tells me I have no outbound links, no internal links, and I have no images. So that's fine for SEO for right now because I'm still going. My readability. So it tells me my passive voice, I've got more than 10, but that's fine because I still have a lot to write. My score, my flesh score, which is your readability, is 76. So you want to make sure this is always green. You don't ever want this to be orange, because if it's too hard to read, which means your sentences are too long, you have too many run-on sentences, you have too many prepositional phrases, your paragraphs are too long, people won't read it. People like short, concise sentences, short paragraphs with lots of images in between. My rule of thumb is about every 150 to 200 words, I have a picture or a group of pictures to keep their interest. But I always write first, do images second, and then do my links last. Links are always my last thing. I want my flow to be the way I want it before I think about any images. Although I have them in my head of what I want to put there, or the company I want to put there, but I don't put links in until the very last. So basically, I could say this was finished. So I'm going to look here and see. So it tells me I have 303 words. I have 1 heading, 3 paragraphs, and 5 blocks. So that's good, but I'm just getting started. So we're going to add a few more. So I'm going to go here and start a new block. And again, I'm going to do classic. And most of the time when I'm writing my content, I want it in classic block for the simple fact of the way I want to do my pictures. So I'm going to start here with my flooring.
Sheila,
Yes,
this is Catherine Owens. I'm going to have to jump off.
that's fine. It'll be
And,
recorded.
Okay, I'll go back tonight and look at it because this is good stuff.
No problem there. Yeah, it'll be recorded and I'll have it uploaded before 5 or 6 o'clock tonight.
Okay, that'll be great. And I'll see everybody next week.
All right, have a good one, Catherine.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye-bye.
How you spell Swiffer? I think so.
Yeah, I looked it up. Swiffer's right.
Thank you. You see how I put my key phrase in there? And that's why a good thing about when you choose a key phrase, you want to make sure that it is going to be easy to incorporate into sentences, to titles, that it's not going to be difficult. Even though I wanted to use the word budget in my key phrase, there wasn't a really good key phrase to use that I could use simply without making it sound weird or having to adjust it, and then it wouldn't be exact. So that's the other thing when you do choose a key phrase, is you want to make sure that it is something that you can use that's easy to flow. So I'm going to make sure I save my draft. I usually save it before now. I usually save it after every idea or every paragraph that I create. So, but I was on a roll. I wanted to get that done. So, so now this is another thing. So I talked about the flooring. I just got a couple of paragraphs in there for the flooring. So now I'm going to jump into here and put something else. All right. So I think I'm just going to leave that idea there and come down here. And again, I'm going to do, since this is in classic, I'm still going to do a heading here. Actually, yes, I'm going to do a heading here. And I'm going to do a heading 3. And I'm going to put something about my bedrooms. And then once I update the new theme and be able to come in here, I'll actually be able to come in here and change the colors of this, because that's one of the new options that they have. So, but right now I'm just going to leave it in black, which is fine. And so I'm going to come down here. And actually I'm going to take this one, this whole thing, and move it. Copy. And take this out, and then come down here and start a paragraph block and paste that in there, because I want to start this out right here. All right.
It was on the ground before he got it.
All right. So now you see I actually got rid of those pesky transition words. So they're done. So that looks good. My flash score actually went up to 77 from 76. So everything is green there. Let's see how I'm looking here. So now I still only have my outbound, internal, and image attributes. So there. So I'm going to update this. And so now we've done the kitchen, floors, bedroom, and now the last one is going to be furniture. And here I'm actually going to do classic and header. Okay, so now I'm going to do living room and dining room furniture. And I think I want to center that. So we're going to center that. I'm going to put the color in purple. And I think I'm going to leave this paragraph in block too. How do you spell cities? I think how you spell it. What is it called? Love. heading block. And we're gonna, where'd it go? Oh, wrong one. Duh.
And some wine.
Of course. All right, so my SEO went from green to orange, so let's see what I need to fix. See, there again, got to put my key phrase somewhere because I'm more than 500 words, 700 words. All right, time to celebrate, which is good. Which works perfect. Time to celebrate. Simple home decorating ideas. Now I am green again. Save my draft. All right, so now how you know this is a draft and not a published page is up here. You will see that it says save draft, preview, and published. If you ever come to a page and you see the word published, then you know it's in draft. If a page has previously been published, it will have the word update here. So if you see the word published, then you know immediately you are in a draft page. It's not a published page. If you see this blue says update, you know that it's been a published page and you need to update the content that's there or that you've changed. All right, so now that I have my page is basically finished, my idea is done. I've done it in about an hour and 10 minutes, give or take. And it's complete from beginning to end. There's nothing in there. I got green and green on everything that I need. And then I have these little red ones, my readability. If I click on my readability, it's still green. So I don't have anything to worry about that. So now I'm looking at my SEO and it's telling me about my outbound links and my images. So I'm not worried about my outbound links right now. I want to go to my images. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting images in here. Home decorating ideas. So then I'm going to just click on here. And since I see that this is a paragraph, I know I can't put an image here. So I'm just going to click my block right here. And I want to use a gallery. Now, these are my most common use that I use all the time when I'm writing something or writing a page. If you don't have these icons in your most used, then you need to scroll down to your different tabs that you have and find them. Most of them will be either in common blocks or your formatting is where you're going to find a bunch of them, like your classic. You're going to find your HTML codes there. In your layout elements, that's where you're going to find your text media, which, like I said, it's not always as good as it seems to be. And if you want to put like columns in there, you're going to find that there. We don't really use your widgets or embeds. But if you wanted to put like a YouTube video, you can use your embed, your YouTube video. Things like this is basically for your social media outlets. But for the most part, you're going to use your formatting and your common blocks. Your common blocks is where you're going to find your paragraph, your headers, your images, your galleries. If you wanted to make a list, or as you were saying, you want to use a quote from another author or something like that, you would actually have your quote buttons. If you wanted to put some music in there, they actually have the option for that. So you have different options here that you could use. So if you don't have it in your most used, just scroll down and look into your blocks in your tabs to see where you need to find what you're looking for. So I'm going to actually use a gallery. And since I already know I have forms already in my media, but I want to show you how to upload. I've already uploaded some from Google. So if you don't know how to do that, you can just go to Google. And once it pulls up, see, I'm going to get rid of my Jack. See, since I've already used that, I don't need to pull it, keep it up there. So I'll get rid of that. It just takes it a minute. And so then I'm going to go to my Google and I'm going to put in home decorating. Okay, and then I want to just pull up my images. And then I'm just going to look for images that I like I said, I'm doing simple home decorating, and we're doing anywhere from bedrooms, kitchens. So I just want to do something simple that I know I would do. Like here's one for a seating area. Here's a good one for a kitchen. So I'm just going to click Save Image As. All right, where did it go? There it goes. So Save Image As, and I'm going to put it in my blogging pictures. And once it pulls up, I'm going to see what folder I have in here. So I'm going to put it in my DIY. All right, so I'm going to click on this folder and it's going to open it up. Yeah, DIY, my dyslexia. My son got it from somewhere. And then I'm going to put in here, and I name it so that I know what it is. And so here's another one. I'm going to put this one. This is a good one. And I'm going to hit Save Image As. And kitchen table. And then I want to get one of maybe a simple dining area. Not too dramatic. There's some for furniture that'll look good. It actually has some wine glasses. Okay, here's another one. Call this Love Seat. And I want to get one of a bedroom, which I already have some, but I want to find one of, see, this one actually has wording on it. I try not to use anything with wording on it because I don't want them to be looking up something else other than what I'm advertising. So I'm still trying to find a bedroom. That'd be great for Christmas. When I do my Christmas, I might save that one anyway for Christmas. Come back to that one later. I need a bedroom. So this one actually is all living room and dining room, kitchen stuff. So let's go back here and do bedrooms. See, they actually have tabs up there I can click on. So I want to do bedroom. All right, and then I'm just going to do something simple where they can see, maybe like for the kids' room. That'd be nice right there. This is something for the kids. It's a little extravagant. right there. That looks good. All right. So there's that. So I've got those saved into my blogging folder. So I'm just going to X out of there and go back. And then I'm going to click on my upload. And I'm going to go to my blogging pictures. And I'm going to find my folder for DIY. And I'm going to find the ones I just did. And because I haven't uploaded these before, it's going to ask me some weird questions. So it's not going to ask me questions, but it's going to do something funky, and I'm going to have to go in and redo it. So, but because I want to create a gallery, and it's going to ask me to edit the gallery, and I want to add to my gallery. So, but I don't want to use my media. I want to go to upload. I'm going to select again. And I'm going to find the other one, home bedroom. I'm going to add that to my gallery. And then I'm going to select another one. I'm going to hit upload. Select file. And I want to do the other one I had. Is that one? This one. Okay, I'm going to add that to the gallery. So now I have the kitchen, bedroom, and dining room, but I want to switch these. And I'm actually going to type an image, a caption. Alrighty, and then I'm going to hit update gallery. Just want to make sure those are the way I want them to be seen. Update my gallery, and it's going to be, it puts them right there. And I actually have them cropped so all the images look the same. Now, if I wanted a different image, say I just wanted to have two across and one big one, then you come over here to your side, right-hand side, and you see gallery settings and your columns. If I wanted to choose to have just two columns and one big one, I could do it that way, but then that takes up a lot of space. It also elongates your pictures. So it just depends on how you want it to look. If you wanted to put 4 pictures in there, you could put 4 and just change your columns to 4, and it would put 4 in there or allow you to put 4 in there. But because I only have 3 pictures, I can't put 4 in there because I don't have 4 pictures to put in. Your link to settings is because it is a gallery, you can't link it to any particular page. So you just want to leave that as none. So there's my pictures I have there. So then I'm going to come down here, and here's where you can do to get started. So this is the one that we're going to actually add our picture to. And so here I want to try and put my picture right here. So then I'm going to come here to my image tab, which is the little icons right up here where you have your media and your audio. And I'm going to go to my media. And I'm going to scroll down and see what I have as far as furniture, which I know I have some in here. So this is our back deck. This is a pool. This will be good for bathroom. So I'm going to actually add that picture. And so it automatically puts it where I have my cursor, and then I can actually move it over to where I want it to go. So I'm going to shift it, and then I'm going to size it to get it to where I want it to be. So there's that picture there. So I'm going to hit my save draft. Okay, and then I want to hit this preview button because this preview will show me how it's going to look out on the web. And then that way I can see if my picture's sitting the way I want it to sit. All right, so basically it's sitting where I want. The spacing's pretty good, so good. So then I'm just going to come back here. And we're going to add another picture, maybe here. And let's see if I have some appliances. I know I don't have any. Well, I might. Let's see if I got some. So I'm going to look through here and see if I have any in appliances. Which I may not have. I might have to actually upload some. No. I should have some in here somewhere. It don't look like I have any, so what I'm going to do is go back to my Google. Where did it go? It left. And I'm going to type in appliances. Again, click on my images. And this looks like a good one. Click on this one and click Save Image As. Since I was in my DIY, I'm gonna leave it in there. And let's see if there's some with some color to them. There's some good ones. And we're gonna name this Small Appliances. And let's see. Let's get one more. That'd be good for kitchen. Let's try that one. Kitchen redo. Here's another good one. Okay. So then I'm gonna come back to my page and I'm actually gonna hit upload file, choose a file, and I'm gonna go to appliances. And insert into page. And I want it to go on the right hand side, and let's make it a little bit smaller. And then hit save my draft. So, and this one looks kind of blank in here. So I want to put one more picture here. And let's put that picture we had of the small appliances that we had. So go to upload file. And this is why it's good to name your pictures so you know what you're looking for. And it's easier when you have your folders named. So I'm going to insert that there. And then I want this to be centered. And I don't want it to overpower my wording. And then save draft. And then let's go to preview and see what it looks like. So that looks good. I like the way that looks. Perfect. Spacing is good. So now we're going to go to flooring. And I know I have no flooring pictures. So I'm actually going to add some in there. think this would be just a good overall picture. So I have both hardwood. Alrighty. And I think I'm just gonna have one picture in there. Yep. So here I'm gonna incorporate that picture, and I'm gonna put it as a center picture to cover both paragraphs, and upload my file. Find my picture. And insert into page. And I'm going to center that. And I kind of want to leave it big because it is taking up for both of these. And then I'm going to hit save my draft. Whenever I do a picture, I always save my drafts so that I don't lose it. Now the bedroom I know I already have, and since I did this in block mode, I'm not going to be able to incorporate my pictures though I want to, but that's fine because I'm going to do galleries for this. And I do know I have bedroom pictures in my library. So I just have to find them. They're going to be way down at the bottom. I thank y'all for being patient while I'm doing this.
I'm just taking notes like in school.
Well, thank you. All right, so. And the reason I'm looking for pictures instead of re-adding them is because I don't want to bombard my media library with pictures that I already have, because you can't delete them. Because even though they might be the same pictures, if you delete them and you've used them, it will actually take it out of the page that you used it in. Even though you have another one, you didn't use that exact same one. So I trying not to clutter my media library with the same pictures. I've already messed myself up by going and deleting duplicates, and now I have holes in pages that I'm still finding, trying to fix. So just a word of caution. I know I got these pictures in here.
Yeah, I accidentally has downloaded a couple of the same pictures, and I was like, how?
Yeah, as long as you haven't used it, you can delete it. But if you've used it or not sure if you used it, don't take it out. Because you might have a hole in a page where it's going to have an X where the picture was, and it's not there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're not sure if you actually use that particular picture, if you delete it out of your media library, it will also delete it out of your page.
Maybe that's what's happened on a couple of things.
Yeah. If you go to it and you know you've cleaned out your, what you call, you've cleaned out your library and you go in and delete because you see a duplicate picture, it will delete that same picture out of every page that you used that picture in.
Great.
Oh, okay. Look at mine then.
Yeah.
Old person like me, I can learn.
Yeah, it will delete it. And yeah, I did the same thing. I was like, man, I need to clean up my library. So I went in and deleted some, and next thing I knew, I was looking through pages and I had all these blanks everywhere. I was like, what in the world? And it's like, oh man, I deleted that picture. Even though it was the same picture, I just assumed that it would pick up the next picture. Well, it didn't. So yeah, you have to be very careful. If, like I said, if you're not sure if you didn't use that picture or not, don't mess with it. Just leave it.
But if I was to take and like download one and then accidentally download it again, I can delete that one right away.
Yes, as long as you haven't used it, you're good to go. But if you've used it, then yeah, it's gonna
Careful, huh?
Yeah, it'll take it away from wherever you put it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch this all over again because you've been doing some, I haven't never done the gallery thing before. So I'm going to probably review
Yeah.
over that one over again.
Yeah, I like using the gallery, especially when I can't make up my mind on what I want to use.
Yeah.
The gallery actually helps. The only thing is you can't link your gallery, but you can write captions. And you can link your captions. So I usually try to put a caption in.
All right. When we get further along here, would you be able to show us again? I was doing the Black Friday pages and trying to promote that out, but I forgot how to get to show like those discounts. How I can, is there any way of, how do you put that out on Facebook and such? Like, you know, just say like, Mod Lily is doing or I'm running a special on the clothes at 50% off or 30% off.
Well,
Or
that's
Friday.
the thing. You're not running the special, the affiliate is.
Okay.
So that's why I always say we actually had somebody on the chats. They were trying to figure out how to advertise and go straight. You never go straight to your affiliate. Right. You always make sure you have a page and you market that page. You can go like, hey, Black Friday is just around the corner. You know, check out my blog and see what we have instead of beating the crowds. And then, you know, you always have a picture and you put your picture out there. It could be Black Friday deals, Black Friday sales, whatever you find. And then in your comments, immediately after you post, in your comments, you say, check out my blog, and that's where you put your link. Do not put your link in your actual post. It will go to all of your friends and family, but it will not go to the news feeds. And you want all your posts to go to your news feeds.
Exactly.
So do your post and make sure you always have a pictures. Videos go first on news feeds. Pictures go second. Things without pictures or videos are the last to be seen on news feeds. So you always want to make sure you at least have a picture or photo. If you have two, that works better. And then in your comment, immediately after, comment on your own post. And that's where you say, check out my blog for great Black Friday deals or great holiday savings. But don't ever put an amount, because the company might come in later and say, okay, we're going from 50 to 40% or might go from 30 to 50%. So just say you have great deals and then put your web address for your page in your comments. But don't just put your page, put where they can go. You can say, check out the great Black Friday deals and then put your web address. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have a feature image so that when your link does pop up, there's a picture associated with it. If you do not select a feature image, your website will assign an image from your page that you're created that fits their parameters. So that's why I always say after you finish your page, you want to choose one picture that basically represents your whole article.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to do that in just a second, because I'm going to pick a feature image for this one.
All right.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
We got these affiliates, right? So is it wise to go into that affiliate page and review it?
Yeah, you can actually, when you go into the affiliate, you can actually click on the advertiser. So like if I go to CJ right here, and I know I'm looking for furniture. So let me go here. There's somebody that's moving around a lot and it's got a lot of crackling noise. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So when I go to CJ right here, and I'm gonna go to my links or the links and go to search, and this pulls up just my affiliates only. They're not ones I need to be approved for. These are ones that I've already been approved for.
Okay.
So then what I'm gonna come to, since I don't know necessarily what company is out there, I'm just gonna come here once it pulls up, and it takes a while since I have so many tabs up. And I'm gonna, look at my categories and see if there's anything here that has anything to do with furniture. And I don't see anything or decorating. There's home and garden. that might have something in there. Let's check it and see. No, I just want to come up here. I'm going to go here to search since we're running out of time, and I'm going to put in furniture or appliances. Let's type in decorating and see what we get. See if there's any companies out there. Okay, so here's a lighting company that has lights. Here's Carolina Rustica that has great wood furniture that is made here in the Carolinas. Here's some fabric companies. So if you want to get details on the fabrics, here's actually some silk flowers, hanging baskets. So there are some things I can use in here. So if I wanted to see what the company is, I just click on the link right here and it opens up all the details. It gives me the information that I can use, that this is based on flowers. Here's the description. It also gives me some keywords that I can use that they approve of if you want to use them. If you're not sure about keywords you want to use, they actually give you their approved keywords that you can use. Here's where you get your codes that you can use to put in your links. You always use your click URL. And then if you want to read about the advertiser, you click on advertiser, and it gives you some information on the advertiser. It tells you what category it is, gives you some information. If it goes outside the United States, it actually tells you that it's serviceable in the outside the United States. Even though it has this conversion data that says it's been in Japan and Canada, that doesn't necessarily mean you can market to there, but you can. I mean, I've tried it. If it actually gives me this information that, hey, they've had conversions in Japan and Canada, then yeah, I'm going to go there, because this is 4% and 3%. If it's less than 1%, I usually don't mess with it. But they do tell you about where you can, usually they will have a serviceable area in here if it's outside the United States. And then you can read the description. This will tell you what they market, how they market, what your benefits are, and how they would like you to market different things. They also will usually give you a contact. And then if you actually want to see the company itself, you just click on this URL and it takes you to the company's website, what people will be able to see.
Okay. So do you recommend doing stuff like this?
Oh, I do it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. And I use this one for everything, and you can use multiple. You don't have to just use one company in your website or in your page unless you want to. I use multiple companies. I use different things. I like to give people a choice. So if they come in and read my article, you know, I'm not just going to have one company that they have to choose from.
Okay.
They're going to be able to see, you know, if there's appliances, I usually try to give them 2 different choices for appliances. If there's a place for furniture, I usually try to give them a couple of different places. I don't just give them one option. But that doesn't mean I give it to them in the same paragraph. Like one place might have appliance connection and the next place might have Sears and Roebuck. You know, I don't know. It just depends on what company I have. And I usually just make sure that they are options that they can use.
Okay. And these affiliates, we're, like you said, we're not selling their stuff. We're advertising their store.
Yes. Yes. You're advertising for them, their merchandise. So that's why I said you're not writing an article just for them. You're blogging about things you know. You're not a salesman for them. You are, but you aren't. So you're not going here saying, okay, I got to write an article about Appliance Connection. That's not what you're doing. You're writing an article based on your experiences, what you like and dislike. And then you're coming back to it and say, okay, what affiliate do I have that I can relate with this article? Just like this. I'm writing about what I'm getting ready to do to my own home. I'm getting ready to redecorate and remodel, redo my floors. I got to redo my furniture, you know, so I'm writing about what I'm doing. And then I know when I'm writing, I know Appliance Connection is one of my affiliates. They do all kind of stainless steel appliances or appliances for your home. I knew I have different flower companies. You know, if I want to do wall hangings, I know I got a company in there that does pictures and frames and things like that. So I don't write just for the company because I can. I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody came up to me and said, you got to write an article for Wine Ambassador, just on Wine Ambassador, I cannot do it. I won't be able to do it. I'll get a brain block. I can't think that way. But if they come and say, hey, I need you to write something that you like, you know, what happened to you when you went to the wedding last year? What did you see? I can write about that and then come back later and relate it to the wine that they had, you know, the music they played, the clothes they wore, the flowers. I can write about stuff like that, but don't tell me that I got to write and advertise for a company. I can't do that. And a lot of people, when they get brain block, and it's like, God, I can't write about that. That's what they're trying to do. They're getting all these ads and things from these companies that saying, okay, we got a Black Friday or we got a 50% sell off. So they think they have to go in and create an article just for that company and their sale. You don't. You create an article on Black Friday deals, and then you write about how you want Black Friday deals or what you're looking for Black Friday deals, or, you know, things like that. You don't have to put a number in it. You don't have to place a name of a company. You put in what you like. Like when my Black Friday deals come in, I know I got to get stuff for my grandson. I got to get stuff for my granddaughter. You know, if I can find something for my mom who's hard to pick, but I know she likes perfume. So if I can find the great deals on perfumes, you know, my dad, he's into tinkering and electronics, you know, so I'm going to be looking for electronic deals. So if I talk in generics about my own experience, it makes it easier for me to write. Then after, just like I did this one, after I write everything and got it down on paper, you know, then while I'm writing, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I got this company that goes great with this. Oh, I got this affiliate that will go great with this. So by the time I'm finished writing my paper or my article, I already know what images I want to use, because as I've written, I've thought about the affiliates that I have already and that will go great with my article. So the hard part is the writing. Once you get finished writing, believe me, once you get finished writing, you will remember all the affiliates that you are associated with. And if you can't remember them, then do like I did. Go to your affiliates and use their search option and type in your key phrase, decorating, and see what affiliates pop up that have decorating in there. And then you just go from there. And if you don't like decorating, then, you know, hey, I know got some for decorating. Then you just flip and go to furniture and then wait and see what pulls up for furniture. And like this got 379 results. So I got, you know, here's something on wicker. I didn't even know I had a wicker company. So this is something I just did. This is a company that I actually have an article on college apartment furnishings. And this company has been getting a lot of clicks. And this is why I'm revamping this page, because they have been getting a lot of clicks lately. And I don't know if there's a lot of
their link.
Yes. Yes, they've been getting a lot of clicks. So I'm like, some people are either getting ready to redecorate or they're doing stuff for holidays, you know, people coming in. So like this one right here, inexpensive dining tables. Since I'm already here, let's see, apartment size sofa.
Where do you see the clicks at?
Huh?
Where do you see the clicks at?
Oh, when I go to look at my classifieds for free, I literally took all day yesterday. I had 472 pages, I think it was, that I went through and saw my numbers rise on my different ads. So you can actually go, if you have classifieds for free, it shows you the views of each page that you wrote, that you have, and they're hitting like 200 and 300 views. So that means they're getting a lot of clicks. And I've had over 13,000 clicks this week on my CJ. So I know that they're clicking. So that means that people are looking for furniture or looking to redecorate. So I need to get more articles out there on redecorating. So that's why I brought this one back out to redo. So I'm going to actually use this one, even though it's for apartments. I'm actually going to use this one. So I'm going to click get code since I'm here, and I'm going to get my click URL, and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back to my page, and I'm going to go back up to where, actually this one's for furniture. So I'm going to go down here to living room and dining room furniture, and I'm just going to highlight living room and dining room furniture. And I always highlight phrases. I never do just one word, because it can kind of get lost in all your text. So I always do phrases. And since this is in classic block, it's going to be a little different. You're going to hit your settings menu, and you're going to hit open link in new tab and update. And then I'm actually going to color this purple since it's purple, and I'm going to bold it. So that's one link there. And so there's that one. And so now I'm going to come down, and I actually want to get my wine link since I already know I'm going to use my wine page. So I'm going to pull up my tab for my advertisings that I do, because that has all my wine links on it that I want to use for my pages. It just takes it a minute for it to pop up. And so while we're waiting for that to come up, I'm going to actually come here and do some flowers, because I want to do flowers, and I know I have some flowers in my media library. So I'm going to pull up my media library. I guess it's going to work today. I guess it's tired. There we go. And I'm going to look for some flowers because I know I got flowers. And I'm going to do a gallery. No, I don't want you now. I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, so let's get down here to my flowers. And you can also, when, you know, if I wanted to, I can pull up the bathroom, do one for the bathroom, and actually put an article in there for Artisan Soap where they can actually decorate their bathroom with soaps. You know, so there's several different directions you can take this once you get finished with it. So I just want to get to the flowers. So right here, I'm just going to choose some flowers. I'll get that one. That one and that one. Okay, and I'm going to create my gallery, and that's great. I got a colored one, 2 purples, and like I said, I always try to put, if I'm creating a gallery, at least some kind of, because you can't link your picture, but you can link this. So if I wanted to put a link there, I can actually put a link there for my flowers if I wanted to. So you can't link your picture, but you can link your comment. No. All righty, so got that. Then I'm gonna hit my save draft. Okay, so there's that, and I think that might be it. I know I have a mattress, so I want to go back to my CJ, and I know I want to go ahead and get that while I'm thinking about it. Trying to think of the name of it. There it is. So these are mattress pillows, so I want to click on that. And I'm going to get my code, pull up my click URL, copy, and I'm actually going to do king or queen. And to my link. And since this is in a regular paragraph block, this is, you're going to open in a new tab and apply, and I'm going to bold it so it stands out, and then hit my update. Okay, so I have those pictures there, so I'm going to get one more. Do one more for living room. Do I want to do one more for living room? Yes, definitely. So this one I'm going to put right here. And media. And we're going to upload files. And I'm going to go to my blogging pictures. And these are just pictures I haven't put in folders yet. So I'm going to do this one. Is it going to do it? I think it's stuck. Are you stuck on me? And let's find another one. Did that one. I think I'm in my living room, so. Heading. Be a nice one. Yeah, I think my yeah, it's stuck. So while it's doing that, it's thinking. We'll close that down. I'm actually going to come here and I'm going to put my little lady here. And I have to find her. She's way down here at the bottom. Actually, I'm going to put this one there. Okay, and this is a meme I created, and I'm actually going to make her a bit smaller. Put her in the middle. And I think I want to put her at the bottom. There we go. Then I can open her up some more. Okay. And then my text image. All right, so now let's go back and pull up this, and we're going to link our wine. And then I think I'm going to publish this page. I can always come back and put more links in it later. But right now, since we're running out of time, I'm going to show you how to make a template. But right now, I'm going to get my wine page. So I'm going to copy this link. Do I still have everybody with me?
I'm here for a little bit longer.
Okay, I'm just about done.
I'm here.
You
I'm
know I
here.
wouldn't leave you.
It just got really quiet, and I was like, "Oh my God, did I lose my internet?" Oh.
No, we're here.
We're so
here.
absorbed.
I was
I'm
getting
watching.
nervous there. I was like, "Oh God, where did it go?"
I just muted because I'm coughing.
Okay, it made me nervous there. I was like, God, did I lose everybody? Because you know my internet gets really weird when we have bad weather, and we've had rain for the last 3 days. So it was just really quiet. So I'm putting an internal link here. And I always open my internal links in a new tab just for the simple fact that I want them to be able to come back to their original tab or their original page that they were on. Even though this is at the bottom, I still open it in a new tab. Your system knows that it's an internal link because it has your website address in it. But it's totally up to you whether or not you want to open it in a new tab or not. I always do, because if they are like me and they're searching and they go to click on this new link and it's not what they're looking for, even though it's still in your tab, they might be forgot what the article was named and they can't find it. So
Yep,
it's
I've
easy.
done that before.
Yep. And then they give up trying to find where they were originally and they go looking for something else. So I always want to make sure I have them get the option to open a new tab, even though it's still my website and it's a new tab. If they don't like what they see there and they remembered something they like in the original page, I want it to still be there for them to go back to, instead of having to search for it and then get frustrated because they can't find it. That's just my logic. You're more than welcome to do whatever you feel comfortable with in your website. So then here, I'm going to actually link this. Drinking that great wine from your very own now, and I'm going to link this whole thing right here. Paste. Open in a new tab and apply, and then bold. And other than just a few more links, because I have one here for the bed frame, I have this one for the living room. I think I'm going to come here and let's find one more for bedrooms. So this is mattresses. So let's find bedding. See, it's pulling up this mattress again, which is fine. Apartments, Beddington. There we go. So Beddington is one that has, see, here's one Black Friday sale. So I'm going to use that one specifically. And click on there. Copy, go back to my page. And I'm gonna, right here, onto the bedrooms. And I usually try to have at least 2 to 3 links in every paragraph for them to be able to click. And they're not always the same link for each company. They might be different companies. So here, and now I want to go see if I got one for flooring or carpet. So I'm going to come back here and type in flooring.
So these links come back to you because these are companies that you've been approved through.
Yes, exactly. So if anybody purchases anything, because I don't have anything for. So if anybody purchases anything through these links, I get credited for it, which is great. So this is carpets. This is school stuff. I don't want school stuff. Hoover. So this is actually a carpet cleaner. So that could actually be in chemical appliances. So I don't really have anything for flooring. So you know what? I'm going to put a vacuum cleaner in there because they might just have to wash their vacuum or clean their carpet and be good. So I'm going to pull this up, get code, and show you how to
I'll catch you guys later.
Bye, dear.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And it'll be on YouTube shortly.
Okay, thank you.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sheila, how do you update the CJ? I mean, they're only for a short period of time, aren't they?
No. If you get approved for CJ, like when you come to CJ and say they have an offer running just for exclusively that offer, like I just did the one for Black Friday, if they click that offer after Black Friday, it will pull up whatever sale they have that they replaced that with. Because I didn't put anything in there that it was a Black Friday deal. I just used that link. So they will actually come in there and click it, and it will take them to that offer. and they will actually have a link at the top that says that offer's not valid, but it will still pull them up into that company's website that's still linked to me.
Okay, good.
Yeah. The only time you have to worry about a link not being there is if the company takes your affiliation away, or they go under or whatever, and the link is actually not there. So I'm gonna get one more for this appliances, and then I think I'm gonna see, like this one is Black Friday. This is the appliance connection, and I'm gonna use this one too. Actually, let's use this one, Heartlet Super Sweet Deal. So let's do this one. And get my click URL. Make sure I get the whole thing. Go back to my website. And right here, refrigerators. All right. And then I'm going to link the pictures. You want to link your pictures too. So since this is in Classic, your link is here. And you want to make your alternative text the same thing as your key phrase. You want to link to, oh, I need to make sure I go get, yeah, a custom URL, since I am doing this here, and then I'm just going to paste my URL in there. Your image title attributes is the same thing as your key phrase. And you always want to make sure you open this in a new tab and click on update. And you want to do that with all the pictures. Since I don't want to do the same one here, I'm going to leave that picture. But now if you notice, if we go down and check our SEO, we should have finished. So it's telling me that all of my images don't reflect my attributes, which means that my alternative text is not the same in every one. But you notice that I got rid of the links. So this one I can come back to when I get finished, but for all intents and purposes, this page is finished, except for one thing. I want to set a feature image, which means I have one image that is going to represent my whole page. So if you click on Documents on your site, or on your page, you have Documents and Blocks. So if you click on the word Documents, it takes you to your document information. You want to go down to where it says Feature Image, and you want to hit Set Feature Image. And then it's going to pull up your media library. And then in your media library, you can pull up any image that you see fit that relates to your page. So this one, I kind of like this one. It's clean, it's neat, it's eye-catching. And I'm going to select. And it's going to pull up my picture, and I'm going to set that as my image. So depending on where I post my picture or post my website, this picture should pull up if it fits the parameters of my wherever I'm posting. So I'm going to say this page is finished, and I'm going to hit publish. It's asking me to double check my settings, make sure I want to publish it. Yes, I do want to publish.
Oh, wow. I did not know about that set image thing at the bottom there.
Yeah, that way, yeah, that way it has a picture that you have chosen to represent your page.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you always click that, so that whenever you put your link out there and people click on it or it shows up, especially on Facebook, then that feature image should be the one that pops up for your page, so that it relates. So then I'm just going to copy my link. And then I'm going to come to my tab, and I'm going to show y'all how we're going to create a template. And I'm going to pull up my link. And these are some of the running ones that I have already. So I'm just going to come down to the bottom. Actually, I might go right up underneath the seasonal stuff right here.
Review your page.
Huh?
Can we view your page?
Sure.
Boy, it takes a real long time though to do the ads.
Yeah, so if I'll put my page in the Skype, not Skype, what are we on?
Zoom?
Zoom. Yeah.
Zoom chat.
Yeah. So you can go and look at it.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a long time to do. I did do one whole advertisement page. I mean, all the states and everything, all in one day. I was so shocked about that with myself.
Yeah. And once you get the hang of it, it becomes easier. And I'm just doing a lot at one time. So, but yeah, I love it. I usually, when I have time, like today, after I come back, I'll call and check up on my daughter. And when I come back tonight, because I don't have any grandkids, my husband is going to be at the gym. He actually had to go in the office today, so he's going to be out late. So I'll have the house to myself, and I'll probably sit down and create 2 or 3 more pages. And because I love to write, and when it's quiet like this, and it's just me and the dog, I'll create. And then I'm actually going to sit down tonight and do my schedule, because I have some students I need to get with tomorrow that, because of situations that come up, I couldn't get with them on their scheduled time. So my schedule does change from time to time, just like everybody else's, and we have to adjust. So, but yeah, I'll be catching up on writing. I still got to do my V-marketing, so I do that directly after I get off here. And so I do the same thing y'all do. And so I'm actually going to do right here. And so I got a clean place I'm going to put, and it's going to say, I'm going to create 5 titles. I don't want my underline. And you can use one of your titles to be exactly what your key phrase is.
Sheila, while you're typing that out, I'm going to have you multitask by talking. On the sides of your pages, you have the, just say like Mott Lily or a clothing advertisement on the sides.
Uh-huh.
Now, you got that on the tools, the linking tools.
Yep.
That's where you got that at, right?
These are widgets that I have. Some of them are not widgets. Some of them are actually my Google ads, and it has a triangle at the top and it says ad choice. So I know not to click that. That is actually my Google AdSense, but these are ads that I have for my affiliates. Those of you that's been with my website before, you know, this used to be summer party dresses. And they actually changed it. I didn't change this link. They changed it because the summer dresses are now clearance and they're putting out their fall fashions. So that's why I said when the links change or updates, if you have it in your system, they update the link too, unless the company totally leaves or, you know, the link itself just goes away.
So I want to look at the widgets.
Okay, so what you want to do is say you want to put that in your website. So when you come to your site, like with this one, say I want to do this for Black Friday, and we can put this in my website. That's no problem. So I would actually come here where it says get code.
Yes.
And you have your HTML code.
Yes.
So you would click on that and copy it. Okay. Now, if you want it to appear on your website like this one does on the side, you would go into your widgets.
Okay.
And you would put it on the right or left. Remember, the right side is for your home page. Your left, I'm gonna make sure I get that right. Your right side is your home page. Your left side is your consecutive pages.
Okay.
So You want to do that. You want to get a text tab or a custom URL, whichever one you want. Not a custom, I mean a HTML code, whichever tab you want to use. So your left goes to your home page, your right goes to your consecutive pages, and you just want to either do a custom HTML or a text tab. I always do text tabs. It just makes it easier than a custom URL. And you're just going to select that you want it to go to the right.
Okay.
And add the widget. It's going to open it up. You want to select text, not visual, text. And then you want to hit paste. And then you hit save. And then done. And then when you go back to your web page.
Do you pick a page or does it just go on?
It goes, when you pick the right or left side, that tells it where it wants it to show up. So I picked this one to go on the right. So that means it's like this right here is actually my Google AdSense. So I don't want to click that. I will get in trouble from Google. They'll take it from me if you click on your own Google Ads. So you don't ever want to do that. So when I chose to put it on the right side, then it put it on every consecutive page that I have on the right. So you don't actually choose which page it goes on.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
So that's where all those go. Now I can actually put this in my page. So say I want to put this in my page somewhere. Where will we have it? I can put it just about anywhere I want to. So I'm going to put it right here, even though it's appliances. So I want to do an HTML and I want to click paste. And there's my widget. I click on preview and it has it there.
Cool.
So you can do it several different ways. I actually want to center this widget. So I'm going to click send, actually do a little modification to the code and then click, and there it is, it's centered.
Cool. Yeah.
So now that is in there, and since I've already published this page, I want to hit my update so that it's there. And now, so that's how you use your widgets. And you don't want to use too many of them, because if you have a really short, if you have a page that's 300 words, 300 to 500 words, you don't want to have a ton of those widgets over there, because then your page is going to keep running with all those widgets on it and you're not going to have any content. So you want to limit it to about 7 or 8 ones. And then if you do have a really long page, you'll just have some blank space, but that's fine. And then, like I said, you want to pick something that's kind of generic. You don't want to pick anything that just has the text. You always want to choose something that has a picture, because if you choose the text, then it's going to show just this text, Shop Heartland Appliances. That's all it's going to say.
Okay.
So you don't want that. You always want to make sure that it's a picture.
How often?
Okay.
Excuse me?
How often do you change them?
I don't really change them. Mine, like I said, most of the times, especially with the programs that I have, they change on their own. So I haven't changed any of my widgets out. I might go in there now and maybe put a couple for Black Friday and take a few of them off. But for the most part, I don't change them.
Okay.
But you do have that option to do that, especially on your front page, your home page, if you want to change out a few. Or even like I said, with the holidays for Black Friday, you just got to remember to go in and change them back once the sales are over. So that's why I usually use pretty generic ones of the different ones that they have.
Thank you. I've been thinking how to do that. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So now in a description, you want to, basically give a description. I try to do at least 2, but for today, we're just going to do 1. Okay, and that's all I'm going to put. So then I'm just going to click this right here, and I'm going to pull up my marketing sites, and we're going to go to the easiest one. I mean, my ad sites. Hopefully it's
Sheila?
working today. Yes, ma'am.
You're going to post this, right?
Yes, that's what we're getting ready to do.
I just wanted to tell you the couple of spelling errors, you know, if you care. In that.
To tell you the truth, if you have it too perfect, people won't do it. And I see that one it updated.
And the other one is impress friends and family?
Yep. And y'all think I'm kidding when I say that spelling, if it's too grammatically correct, people won't read you. And I don't know why, but they just won't. It's just a proven fact that if you are too grammatically correct in everything, where you sound more like an English professor than an average person, I don't know if it offends people or it makes them feel inferior, but they will not read your whole article. So you want to write like you talk for the most part. You know, I don't be too country, but I have to go back and change some of my things because I literally write like I talk. And I have to sometimes go back to my corporate roots, so to speak. So once you log into your classifieds, and you're basically going to do the same thing no matter where you post. So I'm going to post here, and it just takes a while, this site, especially when the weather's bad or this time of the day, it's really busy for them. So it takes a while for it to load up. So once it loads up, it's going to be a while, looks like.
Can you do this again in another class since it's so late?
Yeah, this is actually it's being recorded, so it'll be on my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Great.
and you can go there to my YouTube channel and look at it.
Yeah.
Yep. But we'll be going over this probably for the next couple of weeks since it is the holiday season, more on the advertising. I just wanted to show you because we were trying to make sure that everybody has their websites up and ready. So we're really stressing, you know, creating your pages or getting your pages modified on how to go about, you know, doing that. Getting your links set on how to make sure you know where to find your links and how to incorporate them into your page, and then your advertising. So probably next week. I may not be here next week because it is my birthday and my husband kind of let it slip that he had something planned. So,
But where are your presents?
So I don't think he realized I was home when he was making plans with my son. And I was like, darn it, I got class next week. So I don't know yet. It just be aware in the chats, and those of you that I have personal connected with on Skype, I'll let you know if we're not having class. But as far as I know right now, we are. But anyway, so
Sheila,
yes,
how long do your recordings stay on YouTube?
until I take them down.
Okay.
It's not like Skype. Skype, they
No,
only stay
Skype's
there for 30 days.
Yeah. Skype's only 30 days unless they download it to their computer, then you can
Right.
do it. But yeah, but mine stays on there until I remove them. But then I put in my header, I'm going to select the category, and this is just going to go, I'm not going to put it in gifts ideas. I could actually put it in, if it had like a home or, you know, decor or something like that, but I'm going to put it in miscellaneous because like this one could be a furniture and appliances, but it's not just that. I'm going to put it in general merchandising, but I might come back later and use a different title or heading and put it in furniture and appliances. So for right now, I'm going to do general merchandise. And again, I always put my Google Voice number as a contact so that people can call me. If I can remember my Google Voice number. And I do
Sheila, what would you put your Black Friday stuff under? Would you put it under gifts and?
But I put it under general merchandise, and then I come back later and put the same ad under gifts and novelties.
Okay.
But for the most part, everybody looks for general merchandise. The only thing I put under free stuff is like my Bitcoin and Sephora. things that they don't have to actually pay for to sign up for. But for the most part, I put most of it in general merchandise, unless it's specific. Like this one is, they do have an article, a category for furniture and appliances. So I will actually come back maybe tomorrow or Monday if I got some time and redo all of this under that category as well. Because you can do multiple categories of the same thing.
Okay, because I put that Black Friday under gifts and I forget what the other thing was, and I thought, oh geez, I don't know if that's right or not.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll go
really,
back and put it under general.
Yeah,
too.
there's really no right or wrong. You just have to make sure that it is appropriate category, because they will take your ad down if it's not. Just like if I hadn't have changed that from aviation and they came back, or somebody decided to come back and look, they will take your ad down. So you want to make sure that you are always in the appropriate category. So now I got to come back and get my link. I thought I had pasted my link. And this is one of the places you can put your link in your description. So I need to actually go and put my link here on my page. And I usually put my link at the top of my description. And then I put it at the end. Okay. All right. And then I come and select my images. And since I may not have any images in here of furniture, and it doesn't look like, well, there's one of a bed with a couple in it. We can use that one. And let's see. That one looks really good of a dining table set for Christmas. And then I want to use one with my logo in it. And we'll use her. And like I said, you want to make sure you click your images in the way you want them to appear. And so I clicked on this one second. I clicked on that one first. So let's redo this. I still want that one, but I want this one first, and then this one. Okay. And then I'm going to post my ad. And it's going to show me. So perfect. So ready for the holidays with Christmas decorations, got them in the bed, and then my logo. And then do I want to do another post? And then I just click yes. And then this is where I start with the United States. And the reason you want to make sure you have 3 pictures is they rotate your pictures out. So if you have 3 pictures in there, then, you know, they might show one picture in Alabama. They might show another picture in California. But if you have one picture, then that's one picture will stay. So it really depends on you. I'll probably actually go make some different pictures when I get on Canva today of decorating, and so that my logo shows up on the bottom of it. And this is all you're going to do. And then if you want to go to your Facebook, you're just going to go to your social media. And once that pulls up, you're going to do the same thing. I'll show you how to do that on your social media. So I'm going to click.
I forgot how to do this.
Yep. So I'm going to come to my social media. And I actually want to go to a page I created that I use just for advertising. I'm not going to advertise on my personal site today because one of my school friends passed away this week. And I didn't make it to the funeral because of various reasons. And I don't want them to think I'm being insensitive. There you go. So although they know I wanted to be there, I sent my condolences and everything, and we had a good relationship. Huh?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, he was actually the best man at my cousin's wedding 2 years ago. So They know, and we went to school together, so they know why I'm not there. Too hard. So we're gonna get this, and we're gonna write the same thing. You're gonna get your header. So you're gonna pull your advertising back up, and just pick one that you want to use. So I'm gonna do this one, and come back to my social media, type in my header. Once it pastes in there, and then go back and get my description. And I'm not going to get my link because we're on Facebook. You don't want to put your link in your post in Facebook. And all right, and then you want to upload a photo. And you want to try to have a photo that has your website attached to it. So if you can get Canva and make a meme or create your own logo, that would be wonderful, because then they have two different ways, because a photo is a photo, whether it has a link in it or not, still a photo. So you always want to make sure you have that option. And we might actually go over that. I did do a YouTube of Canva. It's on my YouTube channel on how to use Canva and creating logos and memes. So you can jump on that and have a look at it. And I think I'm just going to grab this one. It's all of them the same. I think they're all the same size. It's too small. So. Okay, and I want this to go to my news feeds. And then I'm going to click share now. Okay, and so that's your picture. Again, even though it's got a link in it, it's still considered just a picture. Then you're going to come right below this and you're going to do your comment, because it's going to your news feed. So then you want to grab your link and come back and comment. Let's see, I don't want to say that. I want to say it differently. All right, come on, I want to say visit my blog.
So do you boost your post?
Sometimes, but you have to be very careful when you boost a post, because if you don't set a date and a dollar amount, you could spend thousands of dollars and not even realize it.
Yeah, someone, I don't know who it was, that said something about they don't normally do that. They don't do it unless they.
Yep. So see, this is the picture it represented. This isn't the one I chose. And
Right.
the reason it picked this one is because Facebook has a set parameter that you have to have. The picture I chose, when I picked it, I knew it didn't have it. It has to have at least a 250 by 250. And the picture I chose was a 168 on one of the dimensions. But so you have to be aware of the dimensions of your picture. But this is still fine because it's a set of a bathroom, which is good. It's still good. So that's the thing about it, is when you do choose pictures in your website, you want to make sure that they're all related to the page you're writing. You don't want it to be like a travel page and you have something in there that has Bitcoin, and then when you go to, post it, your picture shows up a Bitcoin and it has nothing to do with travel. But again, it does if you use an Excel trip, but people don't realize that unless they read your article. So they think it's a little misleading. So always try to have your pictures on your website or on your page that you're creating related to your page and the material in it as best as you can. Because even though you choose a feature picture, if it does not match the dimensions of your site that you're advertising on, they will choose one for you. And it will always be a picture that's in your article. So always make sure that no matter what your article is about, that you're happy with the pictures that are there. So that's a good idea. They're showing how to decorate a bathroom, you know, so that will give people to actually come and look at my website. So that's how you boost that picture or boost that website. I mean, create a post on social media. And you would do the same thing with Twitter. You do the same thing with Instagram, except with Instagram, it's all about pictures. So you're going to post a comment and then put your link in, and then go from there, and make sure you have a picture on your Instagram. So that's where Canva comes in really handy. Here's one I did about, you know, Christmas, season of giving is when I created, actually did a,
I love that.
yeah, we created this on one of the trainings a couple weeks back, I think. It might have been the one that we did with Miss for Paul when he was gone. So, but yeah, so there's several different options that you have that you can use on your platforms. And just go, like I said, go to your Blogging for Cash, your Triple R training, and look at the free ad sites and just advertise for all the ones that are there, or get sign up for them and register with them and just advertise. Some of them won't let you use the same title. Some of them won't let you use the same description. That's why it's good to have multiple headlines or titles and have at least 2 to 3 descriptions when you go to do your advertising, because some of them won't let you use the same one throughout the whole thing. So that's the good thing about classifieds for free, is that you can, but not every one of them is as friendly as that one is. That's why it gets used the most. That's why it's a lot slower than a lot of the other ones, is that it is so user friendly. And don't forget about your other classifieds, like your marketplace, like your Craigslist, like your eBay. You just have to create an ad that looks like an ad and let them know that, hey, I do have something for sale, but you got to come to my website to find it. And it's all in the wording and how you present it. So just be very cautious and read how they want you to present, but you can't advertise on those sites. They are free sites. So advertise everywhere. There's no limit. You know, some people, like I said, I had one student, he actually quit because he had 200 sites, 200 ads, and thought that was enough, and he wasn't making any money. I tell you right now, 200 ads is not nearly enough. I mean, that ain't even going to scratch the surface. So I do 200 ads a day some days. So do as many ads as you can. Set aside specific time every day that you want an ad, you know, to do your ads. If it's only 30 minutes a day, do as many as you can in 30 minutes. If it's only 10 minutes, do as many as you can. But you want to at least be advertising every day. Yes, ma'am.
You mean when you send them out to the different cities and states, that's that's where your count's coming from?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you meant you had to write over 200 a day.
Oh, no.
Different advertisements.
No, you just want to make sure that you have that, because I have literally 12 pages of ads, and I just choose, you know, different times when I get tired of looking for one, I'll just create a new page and start a new ad template. So, but I have.
When you say ads, you're referring to the template entries.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have, yeah.
Okay.
And I can go back and read, you know, like I said, I have several on wine, and they're all in different places, and they all have different links, but I can go and pull up an ad, you know, a template for the first ad I did and put it with the new link I have. So you can mix and match. That's the good thing about creating your templates, is that once you get down and start advertising, you pull up your templates and start mix and matching. Hey, this goes good with this new ad or this new page I just wrote, and just change your links, you know, that you're going to be using. But that's the good thing about having your templates ready, is when you sit down to do your ads and post your ads on all your social media and your outlets, that you're not sitting down trying to think, well, what am I going to say? What am I going to write? It's already there. You're just copying and pasting, basically, and choosing an image.
So you have the 2 paragraphs so you can flip back and forth.
Yes.
When you have to change it every 30 days?
Yep. No, when you go to refresh 30 days, you don't have to change it. You just hit refresh and your ad stays out there. The only time you need to change your ad, like this one, I actually have 3 different ones for this holiday ad. And I have 5, 6, 7 different ones. So I can use this one title for 3 different paragraphs for 3 different days, and then come back and use this next one and do the same thing. And so basically I have what, 30, 40 different ads here with just a few headlines and a few paragraphs.
Oh, so by changing the headline, you've already changed everything.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You've changed the headline. The message is the same, but the headline, same thing with the category. You know, I can change, like I said, with the one I'm doing now, I've put it in general merchandise, but give it a couple of days, I'll come back and maybe use the same headline and the same description and put it under appliances and furniture. It's a whole different
Gotcha.
ad going to a whole different genre of people.
Okay.
So that's how you use your templates, you know, and then you might come back and say, hey, I can change that, you know, make that sound better. Don't take that template out, rewrite it. And then all of a sudden you got two templates basically saying the same thing. You just found out you could say it better. And, you know, or added a few things to it that you didn't remember to add the first time. Don't take away the old template, just add a new one, and then you got a whole nother set of advertising that you can do.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like I've been in a graduate course before I graduated from high school.
I'm sorry.
You're not alone there. I'm still doing modifying pages. I've only been around for a couple of months, so this is just, I'm hoping it goes in a brain cell somewhere.
Yeah,
It will.
I'm going back to remedial.
We got to get together. We'll be getting together this week. Don't you worry, Dean.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Sheila is absolutely amazing at showing things.
Well,
I
thank
really
you.
Her class.
God
Thank
love
you.
her.
I love y'all. Y'all make it easy. And that's why I said I'm usually not one to just type. But I saw that page this week and I was like, man, that would be a good teaching lesson, especially with some of the students I was encountering this week on some of the questions they were having. And I was like, yeah, this is what we need to go over, because I bet they're not the only ones. And that's
You
why
make learning easy. You do.
Plus, you got something done with your busy day with your daughter, so.
yeah. And my family comes first. You know, as soon as she called, or her boss called and said that she was at the hospital, I said, I got to go. And I Skyped everybody I need to Skype and rearranged everything. And she knows how important my business is to me, but she knows how important she is too. And so, yeah, I drove to Raleigh yesterday. It's a 3.5-hour drive, and got up there and made sure she was okay. You know,
What
got her
happened,
home.
Sheila? I missed the beginning of the.
My daughter, she hold on, let me stop the recording because this isn't important. Record. She's the general manager.
But you can't sell it unless we get royalties.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, you ready?
Go.
Yep.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sheila. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
I'm sure that was a nightmare recording.
Y'all are amazing. I love you.
I can sing too.
Yeah.
Screaming. I mean, wait, guys, let me just, you know, she's got this new thing where this blood curdling scream. And so I've been saying, no scream. Well, in 3 days, she screams and then she says, no scream. I'm gonna kill her. Oh, God.
She's going to be telling you that next.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Y'all very much. Thank you. So, but as of right now, we will be on next week. And if anything changes, look into Evolution Group or listen for your instructor that we will not if anything changes. But as of right now, we are on to have class next week.
Okay.
Well, you'll be missed as usual.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, and y'all have a blessed day and weekend.